Injury pain. Let's start with the most obvious one, injury pain. You touch a hot stove, you twist your ankle, you cut your finger. The pain is instant, sharp, and impossible to ignore. And that's exactly the point. Injury pain is your body's emergency broadcast system. The moment tissue gets damaged, specialized nerve endings, called nociceptors, fire off electrical signals that race to your brain in a fraction of a second. And here's something that blows most people's minds. The damage is in your body, but the pain is created entirely in your brain. Pain is always a brain event. The hidden purpose is simple. Injury pain forces immediate behavioral change. It makes you pull your hand off the stove before you even consciously decide to. It stops you from walking on a broken ankle. Without it, you'd have no idea when you were destroying yourself. There are rare people born unable to feel pain, and they almost universally suffer severe joint damage, repeated undetected fractures, and dramatically shortened lifespans. Injury pain isn't punishment, it's protection. Inflammation pain. Inflammation pain is the deep, throbbing ache that sets in hours or days after damage, and it often feels worse than the original injury, which makes most people think something is going wrong. In reality, something is going very right. When tissue is damaged, your immune system floods the area with immune cells, proteins, and fluid, causing swelling, redness, heat, and that deep aching pain. Chemicals released during this process directly sensitize your pain receptors, making the entire area far more sensitive than normal. That increased sensitivity is the hidden purpose. Inflammation pain guards the damaged area while it heals, making every touch and every movement hurt just enough to force you to rest it. Think of it as a fence your immune system builds around a construction zone, not to make you suffer, but to keep you away while the repair work gets done. Muscle soreness. We've all felt it, that deep ache that sets in 1 to 2 days after a hard workout. Your legs are stiff, your arms protest every movement, and stairs become your personal enemy. This is delayed onset muscle soreness, and most people completely misunderstand what it means. Muscle soreness happens when microscopic tears form in your muscle fibers from mechanical stress. Your immune system floods in, nerve endings get sensitized, and you feel that familiar ache. But here's the hidden purpose. Those microscopic tears are the mechanism of adaptation. The muscle rebuilds itself stronger, thicker, and more resilient than before. The soreness is literally the pain of improvement. One critical thing to understand: productive soreness is very different from sharp pain during exercise, which signals real damage. Learning to tell the difference is one of the most important things you can develop. Headaches. Here's something that surprises most people. Your brain itself cannot feel pain. It has 0 pain receptors. So what exactly is a headache? The pain comes from structures surrounding the brain: blood vessels, muscles, and nerves in the scalp, neck, and face. Tension headaches come from tightened muscles. Migraines involve complex neurological events that cause blood vessels to dilate and inflame, triggering intense, often debilitating pain. The hidden purpose? Headaches are almost always triggered by the same factors: dehydration, sleep deprivation, stress, blood sugar drops, and sensory overload. Your brain consumes 20% of your total body energy, and it is extraordinarily sensitive to disruptions. A headache is the brain saying, "Something in my operating environment is wrong, and I need you to fix it right now." They are never random. They are a pattern, telling you something systemic needs to change. Fever pain. When you have a fever, everything hurts. Your muscles ache, your joints throb, your skin becomes hypersensitive, and even your eyes hurt. It feels like your body is failing you. It is actually doing the complete opposite. Fever is a deliberate immune strategy. Your body intentionally raises its core temperature to create a hostile environment for invading pathogens. The inflammatory chemicals driving that response sensitize pain receptors everywhere, and the misery you feel is designed to lock you down and force rest, so every available calorie goes toward fighting the infection. Studies have shown that moderate fevers genuinely impair pathogen replication and enhance immune cell activity. The discomfort is the cost of a weaponized immune response, and in most cases, it's a price worth paying. Stomach pain. The gut contains more nerve endings than your spinal cord, which is why when something goes wrong in your digestive system, the pain can be extraordinarily intense and confusing. Cramping and nausea after eating something bad is a direct eviction notice. Your body is trying to expel the offending substance as fast as possible, either up or down, and the pain accelerates that process. Hunger pain, that gnawing, hollow ache, is your gut contracting in preparation for food, while signaling that fuel reserves are critically low. Deep, persistent gut pain that doesn't resolve Is your digestive system escalating an alarm? Pain in specific locations, pain that worsens with movement, pain accompanied by fever. These are the gut communicating genuine emergencies. It is never a signal worth ignoring. Joint pain. Joint pain is one of the most common forms of chronic pain on Earth, and unlike acute injury pain, it tends to be persistent, progressive, and deeply limiting. Understanding its purpose means understanding what joints actually do. As cartilage wears away and nerve endings become more exposed, the pain your joints produce serves one core purpose: to limit your range of motion before permanent damage occurs. The stiffness that comes with joint pain isn't weakness. It's your nervous system enforcing a movement restriction to buy the joint more time. Joint pain is also one of the most honest reflections of cumulative lifestyle choices in the entire body. Years of movement patterns, body weight, and posture are all written into the state of your joints. The pain, as unwelcome as it is a running record of everything your body has been through. Emotional pain. Here's where things get genuinely fascinating. Emotional pain, grief, heartbreak, rejection, loneliness, doesn't just feel like physical pain. In a very real neurological sense, it is physical pain. Brain imaging studies show that social rejection and physical injury activate the same regions of the brain. This is why heartbreak can feel like a literal ache in your chest. And this overlap is not a metaphor. It's evolution's design. Human beings are the most socially dependent species on Earth. Our survival has never been individual. It has always been collective. The hidden purpose of emotional pain is to use the same alarm system that protects you from physical harm to protect your social connections. Rejection hurts because disconnection from the group was historically life-threatening. Your brain treats the loss of social bonds with the same urgency it treats the loss of blood, because for most of human history, it had to. Tooth pain. Tooth pain is almost universally described as among the worst pain a person can experience, and there's a very specific reason for that. Your teeth are innervated by the trigeminal nerve, one of the largest and most sensitive cranial nerves in the body. When a cavity deepens or a nerve gets exposed, those signals get processed at extremely high priority. The hidden purpose is tied directly to survival. For most of human history, the inability to chew meant the inability to eat enough calories to survive. Your body evolved to treat dental problems as emergencies, because they were. There's also the infection angle. Untreated dental infections can spread through the jaw, into the neck, and in severe cases, into the bloodstream. The agonizing pain of a dental abscess is your body screaming that a bacterial invasion is happening dangerously close to your brain, and that action is not optional. So here's the truth that ties all of this together. Pain is not a flaw in your design. It is one of the most sophisticated and intelligent features of the human body. Every type of pain we covered had a message. Injury pain said, protect yourself. Inflammation said, guard this while it heals. Muscle soreness said, this is how you grow. Headache said, something in your environment is threatening my function. Fever said, rest and let me fight. Stomach pain said, something needs to be expelled or replenished. Joint pain said, we're approaching the limits. Emotional pain said, your social bonds are as vital as your physical ones. And tooth pain said, this is an emergency. Act now. Drop a comment below telling me which type of pain surprised you the most. And make sure to subscribe if you want more hidden facts about the human body.